So clones of Kamino weren't really treated like humans. Although they really were humans, they didn't have the same rights as humans. You'd almost think, how can humans have less rights than other humans? At least in Star Wars, of course. So in this video I'm gonna look into how were clone troopers treated by the Jedi, you know, because they are good guys or something. So most of the Jedi had really unique relationships with their troops, so there isn't a specific answer to this, and I really think that every Jedi treated them differently. So I'm gonna include the most famous examples of clone Jedi relationships in this video. So first off, I'd like to say that some Jedi were really kind to the clones and some were... Just how did they not get expelled from the Order? I mean, they're supposed to be keepers of peace and justice, but some have literally evil personalities. Now note that almost all Jedi Masters and Knights were given the rank of General during the time of the Clone Wars, so keep in mind that this list consists of the Jedi that were straight up jerks and then the actual good guys. Okay, so here are a few Jedi that were freaking psychopaths. The first obvious is Bon Krell. He was a Jedi that fought during the Clone Wars. He had the highest clone casualty rate of any Jedi during the war, and at Umbara he actively tried to kill his own clone troopers. During one instance he managed to convince 2 battalions of clones that the other one was imposters wearing their clone armor, leading to a friendly fire incident. The next was Quinlan Vos. The Jedi Master believed that clones like droids lacked empathy. Vos viewed them with almost as much contempt as the droid army, and when Order 66 came down, the clones were all too willing to attack him. Then there's also Rahan Kota. Kota disliked and mistrusted the clone troopers. He, unlike the rest of the Jedi Order, thought that the fact that the Sith Lord currently leading the Separatists had ordered the creation of clones of unknown Jedi killer was a bit suspicious. He elected to serve with a special non-clone unit, which is how he survived Order 66. And yet he was right, he's more or less the only one who kinda foresaw Order 66. Now okay, he isn't exactly a jerk just because he refused to work with the clones, but he still kinda, you know, saw clones like animals. He kinda despised them, so I just wanted to mention him. Finally we have Depa Billaba. Billaba served on a Horunkau, a nightmarish world in the Outer Rim. She was slowly driven mad by the war between Republic and CIS. Eventually she attacked her unit of clones. She killed many clones and eventually she was captured by Mace Windu and brought back to Coruscant. Now of course these are extremes, but there are many Jedi that were kinda, you know, yeah, okay with clones. Many fought with them, but didn't really like them. Now, many Jedi were also really nice to their clones. Of course, legendary war heroes like Knight Skywalker, Master Kenobi, Padawan Tana and Grandmaster Yoda really respected clones. Skywalker really respected clones as individuals and prevented casualties whenever possible. Kenobi developed a very deep relationship with Commander Cody, and Commander Tana also developed a strong bond with Rex. But here are some other Jedi that actually loved their troops very much. Kit Fisto treated his clone troopers with respect and compassion. He recognized the clones as individuals and valued their contributes. Plo Koon was generally a really nice guy. His troops absolutely loved him. He saved them on many occasions and treated them like actual people. What about that? The clones liked him so much that they wrote Plo's bros on his ship. I mean, I would be mad if someone made a graffiti on my ship, but fine. Here we can actually see that in this sense, clones were just 10 years old. Clones often kinda behaved kinda like children. Although their brains were mature, they were just 10 years old, so they had their childish moments. Many other Jedi like Sindarling, Agen Kolar and Sassy Tin respected and admired clones. Okay, but some Jedi really took their attachments to the clones to another level. Some clones even couldn't resist to execute Order 69. No, seriously, RC-1136, also known as Darmin, and a Padawan Attaintor Mukkan had a child. The child actually became a strong Mandalorian warrior, but that's a story for another day. Now remember, there were thousands of Jedi Generals present during the Clone Wars, and they all had unique relationships with the clones. But the stuff that I mentioned were just extremes. So these were the biggest jerks and the most special relationships that Jedi had with their troops. I was thinking there really is a lot to cover about specific battalions of clones during the Clone Wars. If you want, I can literally make an entire video just about specific clone battalion and their Jedi officers. I mean, there is so much material about the Clone Wars, like so much. And see ya.